Right, y'all. Sorry, kind of rusty. It's been a minute since I've been on here, y'all. So give me a break. But hey, y'all, how y'all doing? Um, I decided to go live this morning. Sorry, YouTube. It's been a minute. It's just that it's true what the Bible say about time being sped up because every time I be about to do something for here, life gets in the way, and you know how that go. So I don't get paid to do this, or I don't try to get paid to do this. So this is just me making a virtual diary journey, well, journey notation, so to speak. So nothing to it but to do it, right? Hey y'all. Let me do the housekeeping. Because I'm not trying to be here all day, so I got to be quick. So I will be talking about victimhood, so to speak, or in many cases, cases of narcissism. So if that's not your thing, this is not the video for you. It's best if you find other content that suits you, you know? So I hope you take it easy and see you on the next video. And hopefully I can talk about something that you maybe can stomach, you know? So now that that's out the way, let's get to it, right? It's been a minute since I've been on here. And like I led with, the Bible did say in these end times, the time was going to be sped up. So half of the time, I don't be having time to even be on here, y'all. Let alone even play my video game. Because it's like life is just life, and you know what I mean? So I'm noticing in this journey at the age of 46, there's this thing, and it's probably been around. I just didn't notice it so strong like I noticed it now. But am I the only one that noticed that it's a popular thing to be the victim? You know, like it's some go-to for some higher moral grounds in a situation. Oh, I study psychology, not to put on a plaque, not to go to school for, but studied it, like get a book out the library and read about psychology. Studied, that's how I did. So it's gonna get kind of psychological too, just because y'all picking up the overtones. So you've been warned again. But I've been noticing there's this thing to be the victim. And I'm just not understanding it. Yeah, I just don't get it. Why it's so popular to be the, oh, I will survive. I will survive. Like it's a big deal to be this person in a situation with mostly anybody. And some of y'all might not quite understand. So let me tell you about myself. See, I don't care to be the victim in no form, even though there is going to be times where I'm going to be a victim. You know, case in point, let me share a little bit of my personal life with y'all. Thanks to the last administration's poor policies on the border, a lot of fentanyl got over here, right? It's quite a few people that was dear to my heart got a hold of the fentanyl, and they're not here anymore. So whether I want to believe it or not, accept it or not, I am a victim of that administration's poor border policies. Because just maybe, if the border was secure and the fentanyl wasn't getting over here because the fentanyl is not made in the United States. It's made elsewhere. So it has to be imported on these shores into the United States, whether it's on land or sea or air, whatever. So I am a victim of the last administration's poor border policies because there's quite a few individuals I know or have known, and now they have transitioned on thanks to getting a hold of these contaminated drugs that contain, unfortunately, fentanyl. So I'm a victim, whether I like to accept it or not. And I do accept it. That's why I fuck that administration. That's why I did go and vote for Trump. Fuck them up their asses. And I don't care to hear no crying from the Democrats. I just don't. They ain't had nothing to say about what was going on. Now you want to cry? I don't give a fuck to hear anything you got to say. And there will be profanity used in this video, like I just did. So heads up. But I digress. I get back to the point. I know sometimes I am going to be the victim, like I just mentioned. Whether I want to accept it or not, I am. But do I prefer that role? No. As you can hear in my voice, even when I just cussed about the last administration, I don't care to be a victim. Hence why I voted against their asses. And I had other reasons, but that was one of them. So I say that to say I don't like being a victim. I'd rather piss you off, get on your last nerves, irritate you, vex your soul, than be your victim. That's why I don't care to come on this platform like this to the world and even talk about politics openly, because that might be a way to get at certain people. Like I just mentioned, borders and shit. Look at my content look at my content as far as my lives, and even me probably putting up regular videos talking about the politics. You can sense that I really didn't give a fuck about the the Biden Harris administration whatsoever. So when I'm at you, I'm at you. I don't care to be your victim. I'd rather be your enemy, bitch, than your victim. That's my mentality. So I don't go for the victim card just because I'm clashing with, say, individuals, even. Might be a family member, might be a friend, might be a lover, might be a coworker, might be an associate, whatever. I don't care to be nobody's victim in this world, even though sometimes it's gonna happen. But if I can help it, I'm fighting. I'm fighting. I am the loud scream and the fury in the night as I went down. Like, that's me. I'm not going down silently. No, but you're gonna hear me. You're gonna feel me too. I might not have made it, but hey, I gave you one good hell of a fight. You found flesh in between my goddamn nails at the end of the day. Might have found my corpse, but you found flesh in between those nails. The hell? I was fighting. I'm just saying. Lord forbid that happen, but I hope y'all get the point, okay? That was a metaphor, by the way. But I don't care to be the victim. And I'm noticing that most people go for this victimhood card. Like, it's cute. Now, it's funny how I could be cool with these people, and I am everything gifted. But when I have to call them out, because that's what the Bible say that we are instructed to do. It just tells us, to those of us that practice the Bible, follow it, I'm not religious, so I'm not a Christian. I'm a Hebrew Israelite by blood, but I don't practice it like a religious cult. So I'm not teaching, I'm not coming at the book like I'm teaching y'all like them, because I don't practice it like that. And the book also tells us not to be religious. But people still insist. But I digress. Um that's delicious. I practice the Bible in the sense of fair is fair and right is right. I believe a lot of the scriptures in there are coded, and it's a test for our humanity, just to see where it's at. And one of the worst things that me and you can do is bear false witness on someone. Okay? Because this is what the book tells us. The book tells us how the Most High Yah, y'all know it's God, feel about bearing false witness. And I hope y'all following the bouncing ball, because I'm finna go somewhere with this. So, in these moments of strife and debacle that some of us have with people, we be quick, lightning quick, to bear false witness on them. You know, now all of a sudden this person is not credible. This person is, because guess, oh please, sometimes when I had to call out people, all of a sudden I am changed. I am magically changed to some crazed werewolf or something. He's crazy. This is what he said to me. Oh my God. And it don't matter if you're talking nice to these people or not. They're going to take it like you just cussed them clean out. So it don't matter how you come at them, because they're going to take it in that manner. No matter what, because I already tried that. I was that person. I tried the nice route. So, no, that don't really work all that much. You can be talking real calm and low. Tone is just as low. You can even sound happy. These people is going to take it when you have to call them out. Lift up your voice, like on the mountain of Zion. And you call out the people's transgressions. It tells us to lift up and spare not. I think people get confused with the spare not. And they become a respecter of persons, which this maker is not. But going back to the bearing false witness, do you know how many times when I had to call somebody out, now I was jealous of them? Jealous, y'all. Jealous. Now I'm jealous of them. But when they were achieving these, I guess, cardinal things, these earthly gains, right? I was congratulating them. No ounce of hate whatsoever. I was, if anything, I'm happy that because of what they're going through. So it's making me happy that they're going through their actual accomplishments. And they got the just right congratulations, because not a hater. But now that I got to check you about some of your funk, because for some reason, I guess, and that's enough, I'm going to get to that. But now that I got to check them, now all of a sudden, I'm hating. I'm jealous because I don't have what they have. And that can be a number of cardinal things, y'all. It just don't got to land on money. It can be just because of how they look. They might look better than me. And they might figure the reason why I'm letting them have it is because they look better than me. And that's why I'm just jealous because they look better than me. You know, I've been through some stuff like that before too. You mad because all the guys don't be sweating you. Well, goddamn. I can't call you out. Then it sounds I was jealous of a person's education level compared to mine. You mad because I'm PhD and you don't even have a college education. You're mad because and there have been times, like I said, money. You're jealous of me because I got more money than you do. You living off public housing. Literally, this be the angle. And this comes only because I'm calling them out. Now I'm all these bad things, everything but a child of God. Well, yeah. And what these people don't know in that moment of trying to go for the higher ground, the AKA the moral high ground, because that's all they're trying to go for. They tie themselves down because, again, the Most High does not like anyone bearing false witness. So if a person ain't jealous of you, you shouldn't go to the jealous claiming if they're not jealous of you. You better goddamn know they jealous of you before you call it out. See, I'm that type. I'm gonna weigh up the stuff. Then I'm gonna call you at it. I'm not gonna give you no wiggle room. And yes, I'm gonna put everything on the Most High in the process. Don't get it twisted. Sometimes I put it on the Most High and I get chastised and dealt with. So it's both ways. So when I react, when I metaphorically draw my bow, I'm already aware of the consequences when I let go of it. See, a lot of us is that type that'll let go of it and say, oops, I didn't mean to. See, no, when I apologize, this is how I apologize to people. I say, I am so sorry about how I made you feel. But if they press the issue further, I will have to let them know, but I'm not apologetic about anything I said. I meant everything I said. That lets them know that even in my rage, even in my anger, even when I have to come straight up at their ass, that I meant everything I said because they love nothing more than you to be emotionally compromised. So now that your word don't mean shit. And if you're a man in this world, you got to mean everything you say, even when you're angry. So it's best as men, especially men, you think before you say. Because I do. And I let people know I'm sorry that I hurt your feelings, but I meant everything I said. Some folks get mad at that, but I am giving you straight honesty though, because that lets you know that I'm not getting emotionally lost when I'm coming at you. And I'm not perfect. Shit, there's been times I had to apologize about something I actually said and I had to take it back. I'm not perfect. But for the most part, that's not the case. Because the last thing I want to do, this one, is bear false witness and have to be chastised because of it. Because I know what this maker can do. It says in the Bible, this maker can be terrible. Some people only preach of the love. See, this is why I don't come at the Bible like a Christian, because I'm not Christian. I'm Hebrew Israelite by blood, so it's not a religion, even though some people made it into a religion. It's not a religion. It's a bloodline. It's a blood right. Gonna have to be accountable, and this is the messed up part. Most people are not taking the accountable route. Instead, they rather be the victim. They want to say, what you did to me. See, I'm not that type. I am gonna, but sometimes, okay, some people want you to be their victim. It's just like how that song go. Sweet dreams are made of these. Who got a mind to disagree? Okay, but I ain't finna sing the whole song because I sound horrible. But there's a verse in there when it's talking about how some of them want to use you. Some of them want to be used by you. I just killed the song. Y'all get the point. Hopefully y'all heard the song because I'm killing it right now. Like you will not win on American Idol. But on the song, it talks about how some people want to use you and how some people want to be used by you. Some of them want to abuse you, and some of them want to be abused by you. Either way is dysfunctional. And I'm highly allergic to dysfunctional energy. I'm sorry. It's just maybe blame it on my rough childhood I came up with. I don't know. But I can't do the whole dysfunction of that. I need people around me that are just like me, which is going to be accountable. And not sitting somewhere trying to play some victim. Because when you do that, you give away your power. And a lot of people don't know that. There was a time where I used to have a boyfriend, man friend, whatever you want to call him. And my friends found him so irresistible. This man was not giving me the whole title of boyfriend. So I basically told my friends they could go at him and make a move at him. Me and him just friends with benefits. This pissed that guy off when he brought it to me like, why your friends coming at me so strong? I had to tell him because I gave them the right of way. This man was mad. He said, okay, and you know how you like me. I'm like, well, you need to put a ring on it. Beyonce just came out with that song, Put a Ring on It, yeah. So maybe I was into the MK Ultra. I don't know. But this man wound up giving both of my friends the time and day. And it was messing with me, tying up my heart. I say that to say, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what you're saying. In my heart, I spoke a lie. I said they can go at them. I should have told their ass no. Because how bad it was going to mess with me, but I didn't. And it manifested. And it messed with me real bad. Eventually, they and him was no more, and it was me and him. But y'all, it was just a bad deal. And my whole thing was maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have been just trying to look so proud. And just told them no, because I still like him. Even though I don't got a ring on it. Some of us are just too proud. Too much ego. Can never be wrong. Can never be the bad guy. And since there's a refusal to accept that, this maker chastises you more. See, when me and him get back together, I had to tell that man how I truly felt about him. And how bad it felt like he put a knife in my heart every time I seen him with one of my friends, giving them the time and day. But it shouldn't have had to go through all that. I should have just told him that from the start. But I was too proud. And as a result, my friends got the time of day, and I was pissed the hell off. It says pride comes before the fall. Okay. So again, bearing false witness is an easy way for that to happen to any of us. This is why when I fall out with people, I generally tell everyone, even if it means going before the judge, before a law judge themselves, I'm telling them exactly what was the debacle calls for. I'm not making it egoic. It's just what it is. I said some things too. I called this person a fucking cockeyed bitch. I just might have to tell the judge that. Literally sit before a crowd and just say, I called this person a cockeyed bitch. Yes, I did. I have to own up to it because the person's like, they made fun of my eye. Okay, yes, Your Honor, I did. I called her a cockeyed bitch. But I'm not going to sit there like I didn't say anything. See, a lot of people do that. I could have easily played like when that man of mine got with them friends, like it didn't affect me because guess what? There was another man that I was used to talk to, and he popped up out the blue, and he was back on the scene. And this man is gorgeous too now. So once he saw that man, those other friends had to go because it was like, oh snap, somebody on him. But you get the point. So I'm so stupid. But y'all get the point though, okay? It matters that you should be real from the start and not be so prideful. Like how I should have just told the guy that, no, I don't want my friends coming after you. And I should have told my friends, no, leave him alone. No, I'm still talking to that dude. But once we got together, I was telling him how much, it was. But anyway, I digress. So I say that to say that notice how in that whole story, how I explained it. Never once did I explain it like I was the victim. Even though I told y'all how it cut me to the core that I was seeing what I was seeing, not just from him, but my friends. So I'm like, goddamn, friends, goddamn. Y'all know how I feel about him. But it didn't stop him. But I'm just saying. So, but I gave them the right of way. See, some of y'all, if that was y'all in these shoes, y'all have left that out completely. And made them friends look like snakes. But the whole time, you gave them the right of way, but you kept it from the audience. So now you're playing on a sympathy card. You're playing the victim. Welcome to the Victim Olympics. I don't care to participate. So I gave them the right of way. So I victimized myself, being proud and stupid. A lot of us would learn greatly from not trying to always be the victim. And you women are notorious for this what's love got to do with it victimhood mentality, especially women. It's like it's a go-to mechanism to play for women to be the victim, even when they asses are victimizing people. I noticed that. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. Most of my I don't have not one female friend. And the one that might be considered a friend, she's considered a sister. So she's taken off the friend list because that's my sister in spirit. Otherwise, I don't have none of my female friends that I used to have. Used to associate with, none of that. Some of us grew apart. That's true. So it wasn't about no falling out or nothing, just a grow apart. No hard feelings. And others, whoo, good Lord, whatever is out here that is going into the modern woman's head is a hot mess. And it makes them be like, you can't tell them shit. They're never wrong. It's based off of their emotions, how you made them feel. Therefore, they quick, lightning quick from my experience. This is a 46-year-old man talking to you. And I'm gay. Just because I'm not plunging them knee deep with penis doesn't mean that I don't know females. I have a mother, I have a grandmother, I have aunties, I have sisters, I have had many female friends. But the Bible is coming true about what the Bible's saying about them because I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them. With this go to the victimhood card, even when they're victimizing people. I get it. The woman from my mother's generation, again, I'm 46. So my mother's generation and her mother's generation, These are the only generation of women that has my sympathy and compassion when it comes to male oppression. Only because in that time, it was a different time. And yes, most females basically had to be under the rulership, literally, under their man. This is not that time. So I don't care to hear that story about what's love got to do with it. You singing a 19 like 80s hit or trying to relive a 19 like 80s hit. What's love got to do with it? In a time where you got females singing about their coochies are what, pink, and their asses are what, brown. So I'm not trying to hear it. Point out an organism. Okay, plus I started, but point out an organization where men can go and get housed, literally get public housing and everything, even SNAP and everything to help them get back on their feet after they've been through mental or physical abuse with a female. Point out the program, please, y'all out there. This is YouTube, so this is to the world. If you is inside of another country, can you tell me about a male program, if y'all have it, where the men get mentally and physically abused by the women, and they go to the program and they are housed, they are helped with housing and all these other programs to help them live? If put in the comments about the program so that I can be proven wrong. Because at this stage right now, I'm not going to be proven wrong because I don't know a goddamn program where a man can go if he's with an abusive female. And we ain't going to play like there ain't no abusive females out there, because it is. For every one man, there's 20 of y'all, okay? Y'all might not be stronger than us, but I'll take that back. Both sexes have their strengths, their ups and downs. Makes them pretty even in their own right, if you ask me. But there's nothing equal about that because they got programs like that. If you're the type of man that clocked your girl in the eye, caused her some type of mental abuse, she could easily go to the program and be housed and taken care of, and voila, she's on her feet. So why isn't there a program for men like that? Because some men are at the mercy of their women because they chose to be simps. Or maybe they have an abusive parent or some form of a guardian that's a female. And he's a male. Where's the program for him? There isn't. But there's many programs for the women. So this is why I say not trying to hear that song. Oh, what's love got to do? I ain't trying to hear that. My mother's generation, sure. My grandmother's generation, for sure. They had to deal with some male oppression like a motherfucker. It was just a sign of the times. We ain't in that time no more. Again, there's a girl rapping about her coochie pink and her ass is brown. Shit. So many programs for these females, they kind of almost is out of control, to be honest. So glad Trump got in office and shut down on that DEI bullshit, because that had to go. DEI was a effective tool in the woke agenda, okay? And it was. That whole DEI was like, it was an effective harpoon in the woke agenda. And yes, feminists had a lot to do with that. Facts show that Black females got less from the program, and who benefited the most from the program was white women. DEI that shit. But going again to this thing called the Victim Olympics, Notice how men are not out there like that. Like you'll find a lot of female stories about how a man oppressed her. But you seldomly, because they out there, but you seldomly find stories about when a man been oppressed, molested, did wrong. Most men just chuck it up as a part of life. It's just what it is. We try not to go for the victim Olympics, even though in this day and age, a lot of men are being raised by women to be like that. So now you got a lot of unaccountable men really acting like the females, and they become worse than the females. They're men. Men are meant to be accountable on the straight up. If we chopped your head off, that's just what it is. We're not supposed to sit there going, oops, I made a mistake. No, we just like, damn. Yep, we did it. We just a lot of times when people are not accountable, they bear false witness. Again, which is very dangerous. That is, if you is a practicer of the Bible, but even if you're not a practicer of the Bible, I'm telling you about the maker I serve is dangerous in that regard, no matter who you is. So when you part them lips and you talking about somebody who might have offended you, you best be parting them lips with some truths. Because if not, you could be speaking false witness, bearing false witness. And a lot of women do that when they are called out. I've been accused of being jealous. I've been accused of because I don't have as much as them. And yes, the women. I had some males do it, but seldom. But the women, it's notorious to go for the victim Olympics card. And I'm not going. I'd rather piss you off than be one of your victims. So, and guess what? Most of them, when they talk about me, they don't like my ass. Word get back to me. I have my ears to the ground and I can hear. Oh, have you heard from Peanut? Fuck Peanut. Whatever. I'd be like, oh, okay, good. They're offended. Great. Not their victim. I don't care to be nobody's victim, even though sometimes I am. And I'm gonna give hell trying to become unvictimized. Whether you be mad. Again, I don't care to be a participant in the victim Olympics and be made a victim based off of my false sense of pride and ego and start bearing false witness. And then in the long run, be chastised and be brought down low. And even in the process, lose a favor. All because I was so egoic that I could not become accountable. I will say I said some stuff that was out of pocket. Sure would. I would even, like I said, I say it. I'll be like, yep, I called her a cock-ass bitch. Sure did. I will tell you that. I wouldn't hide that. I'll say, you know, how some people do. You know, and this person came at me and she was cockeyed, and all I did was just look at her. She said something, and all I did was wave my hand, and next thing you know, she started going off. But the real story is she was probably doing all of that, but when that person called her a cockeyed bitch, that's when she just turned up, like went nuts. But they leave it out. So they try to, it's, you know, like it's a sense of a called like character assassination, where they is trying to assassinate a person's character because they leaving out vital clues as to what might have led to the person going to the limit, as we'll say, the limit, the max with them. And this is why these people ultimately feel some type of way, or they in a bag of feelings about that person, you know. So Oh, I already been here 42 minutes. It's time to get off of here. So, in the nutshell, I'm just trying to say that it's not a good look. It's a hot mess. And the last thing any of you out there want to be is my victim, because I become ruthless when it comes to that. And you don't want me to be your victim because, again, I become ruthless. I don't care to be nobody's victim, and I don't care to be in no goddamn victim Olympics, and neither should you. Y'all have a nice day or night.